Next on Be More to Do More podcast.
We got a purposeful conversation.
Definitely.
Today, I want to talk about purpose.
Oh, wait.
There you go. Okay, so we spoke about a feeling, right?
Right.
That you're like supposed to do more, but there's something deeper that I want to discuss today.
Okay. I want to talk about the state of mind that produced that question. Sometimes when we say, man, what is my purpose? We're coming from a state of anxiety because we're thinking about what I should be doing tomorrow versus how can I get better at what I'm doing now? And see, here's what faith comes in. What I'm doing now is contributing to what I will be doing in the future. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'll be doing the same thing. But if all you see that you will be doing the same thing, even if you're afraid of that you might be doing the same thing, you'll be doing the same thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Y'all might have to run that back.
Let's talk about it. When the last time you told somebody keep their head up cause you concerned about them. Stick and move, we can get it done. Call it unity, it ain't no way around it. Cultivating, we get motivation from the big guy. We don't play about them. Going hard for the game, showing love, won't tolerate hate around it. Sticking to keeping it real, we never keep up with the scope. Wanna be more than do more than most. Wanna be more than do more than most.
This episode is brought to you by Lucilla's Cleaning Service, where your cleanliness is our business. Now, this company specializes in commercial and residential cleaning. So if you want a free quote, be sure to reach out to their website at www.lucillascleaningservice.com.
What's happening, people? Welcome back to Be More to Do More podcast, where we help you to become the person you need to become to do the things you call to do.
Yeah.
Brother,
What up?
what's up? We got Tone in the building and
Henry, Allen Harton,
the what?
third,
Don't forget the
3.
you already know, man. Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, man?
What we talking about today?
We got a purposeful conversation.
Definitely.
Got to be very intentional today.
Right.
Nah, man. All right. So, of course we, on this journey of entrepreneurship and
Right.
content creator, right? You're going to run into hiccups. And
Yeah.
we supposed to have this conversation like weeks ago.
Weeks ago, man. Like I think like 3 or 4 episodes ago. Yeah.
But here we are. Here we are. So it's all good though. It's all good. So
Right.
we're just gonna let it flow.
Right.
We're just gonna let it flow. So all right. So today, I want to talk about purpose.
Oh, wait.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we spoke before about a feeling, right?
Right.
That, that you're like supposed to do more.
Right.
But there's something deeper that I want to discuss today.
Okay.
If that's okay with you.
Yeah, it's cool with me, man. We here.
Because I think there's something about, those feelings that there's some action items that should be taken with those feelings.
Right.
When you do feel like, man, I should be doing more. I should be, whatever.
Right.
And there's a reason why most people, the thought comes and they don't act on it.
Makes sense. I know. Right.
So,
Well, what's one of the reasons?
well, the main reason is, and just think about it, right?
Okay.
Think about your day. Think about your just normal day. You go on your day. How many ideas do you think come to your head every single day?
You talking to me personally?
Everybody asks the wrong person.
Mr. Idea, man. That's like millions.
Right?
Right.
So the question becomes, okay, you have all these ideas. How many of those ideas do you act on?
Me personally? Well, I don't really act on, okay, well, I guess we can't say act because I call you and I say, hey, I want to flesh this idea out,
Yeah, that's not really acting on it though.
Yeah, it is because I called you. I could have just said,
Oh, you saying like,
yeah, it's an action.
it depends on what it is.
It's action. So if I had an idea, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you didn't do it though.
No, but I called you. I took action.
See, that's the problem right there.
What's the problem?
You feel like you took action because you called and talked to somebody about it.
Well, let's define the action.
I don't think it's action.
What's action to you?
I think action is like, okay, I had this idea. Let me actually do the idea. Not talk to somebody about it. Let me do the idea.
I got a Bible verse for that.
Oh, talk to me. What you got?
I gotta find it.
Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
I gotta find it. Well, reason why I say call, because you want somebody that, and not just anybody too, right? I can't just go to a person who don't operate at a certain caliber because they thought process don't come from a higher caliber thought process. So it had to be with somebody who can actually see the board where I can flesh these ideas out versus just letting them linger, and just sit there. So yeah, I have to flesh the ideas out so that way I can come up with an action plan as far as to physically do something. But the first action is to pick up the phone.
Well, I'm talking about physically doing something.
Yeah, pick up the phone.
Oh my goodness! No, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
Okay.
I'm not buying it.
Go ahead.
No, so this past weekend or this past week,
okay,
I met this entrepreneur who owns some big real estate out in or just I don't know, just owns real estate. Just he's a big player in the city that I live in, and he just he said that you can do anything that you want to do.
Right.
Like, he really kind of like was just, that was his whole thing is like don't be afraid to just try it and do it.
Right.
And he was like, ideas. He talked about ideas and just like ideas and doing it. And but this is what I realized though. 98% of people lack self-confidence.
98%?
98%.
Okay. And
the reason why I say that, because I know me personally, right? I may have an idea about something.
Right.
And I may call somebody. Like, for example, this journal.
Is that not an action though?
No, it's not an action because it's not. No, I don't. In my opinion.
Okay.
In my opinion. Okay. It's not an action.
Okay. Go ahead.
Because like, am I actually creating am I actually creating it? Am I actually doing it? Like physically doing it?
Right.
Not
running
my mouth about it. Let's do it.
That's an action.
I don't know. I ain't sold on that.
I'm gonna sell it on you. Go ahead.
But all right. So it's something I heard in okay. Like, all right. Do you know that there's like, I don't know if it's, what is it, dopamine?
The
adrenaline, whatever it is,
right.
Like it's released whenever you tell somebody an idea that you have. Did you know that? Have you ever heard that before? So like basically,
it's a drug.
In a sense, it can be because like, okay, you had this thought, you get so excited about it, and then you go tell somebody about it,
right?
And you feel good because you told somebody about it, and you never act on it. You never go after that step. You never go past that and actually do it,
right?
Because you got the feeling that you needed,
right?
Of that you actually completed it,
right?
By telling somebody else.
Well, so that's where discipline come in.
Okay,
you see what I'm saying? So 2 stages. Moses, back in Exodus, he received the law. He went in the face of the Lord and received the law, the 10 Commandments. And he came down. His face was bright, filled with glory. Everybody was like, wow, And he had these laws, the 10 Commandments. Now,
how you know you have a sunburn? I'll just play. I'm so petty. My bad. Go ahead. My bad. Just my bad.
He had a sunburn. So when the sun burned, he did have a sunburn. The sun burned him. You know what I mean?
Ooh, okay. I see you.
Nah. Anyway, so he had these laws, and his face was filled with the glory or whatever. But when all that was over with, you still have the 10 Commandments,
right?
You still have to put like an action plan together. Like okay, what are you going to do? Like, so I get what you're saying, but I believe there are steps in an action plan versus just taking a step to doing it, if that makes sense.
There are steps to an action plan.
There are steps in an action plan versus just doing it. Yeah. I mean, but hold on, let me I do believe that it is subjective too. Like it depends on what it is too. You know, like if if I got 100,000 in the bank and I have an idea to spend 100,000, you know, on something like, hey, you know, I just got a feeling I need to go spend this 100,000 on on this Lambo real quick, you know, because I you know, I believe that I can go do this and this and this and this. But there were some things that I didn't consider. I just took action on it. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So I think that, I have to consult with somebody who's credible before I just take an initial step. That makes sense?
It does make sense. But the thought is, I need to do something with this $100,000. Mm-hmm. Just because you talk to somebody about doing something with $100,000, that don't mean you did something with the $100,000.
No, it was still action though.
It's not an action. No, it's not an action. It's not completing or completion. How about that?
No, the action, I didn't say it was completed.
Let's talk about completion.
Okay, let's talk about
because but again, because there's a lot of people, and I still something. I've been saying I need to buy this course, this like government contracting course for like a month now,
right?
And I got the money to do it,
right.
Time, you know,
right?
Just need to do it.
What action steps have you been through?
I actually went to the website,
okay, and
I was about to buy it. And then something, I can't remember what happened. Maybe it was I don't know what it was. I didn't.
So you didn't take action because you didn't buy it?
I didn't take action because I didn't have the self-confidence that I was going to be able to go through this 100%.
I think this podcast is about to go a whole nother route.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so you didn't have the self-confidence to, all right. So now we have to talk about self-awareness.
Okay.
So if you want to talk about action, if I call you about an action, reason why I say it's an action is because I'm calling for consultation. Mm-hmm. Now, if I'm calling you to tell you what an idea is, just to tell you to get my rocks off, yeah, and I'm trying to cover up myself, my lack of self-confidence, then I'm not taking action.
Well, how do you know the difference?
Your self-awareness.
But most people are not aware.
Hey, man, that's the first part about being intentional, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, when we talk about purpose, the definition for purpose is intentions.
Oh, you know what? I got the actual Webster definition.
Well, okay, go ahead.
So purpose is defined as the reason for which something is done or created or for which something exists. So I'm going to say it again.
Okay. Is that a second definition?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where I feel like I just got it off Google. You know? just Google.
Because I know I saw intentions in one of them.
Oh, yeah, probably so.
One definition. But the same thing, the reason behind something.
I mean, it's purpose is defined as the reason for which something is done.
Right.
Or created or for which something exists. Like you create it with intentionality to do something.
Right. Okay. Going back to self-awareness.
So this is what I think.
Go ahead.
So I said 98% of people lack self-confidence, right? Mm. But also 98% of people don't truly know what they want to do in life. How many people do you know, like, man, you know what? I was born to do this.
I wasn't blessed with that. I still don't know what I want to do in my life.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a lot. It's not a bunch of people that's like, that know for sure, like this is, and I'm not saying you have it all figured out right now.
Right.
But I'm saying that you have an idea of how you're going to impact the world. Okay.
So here's where the crossroad meets. I'm going to go with Vo. Vo said this. She said, purpose is about being. I don't believe that purpose is what you do. I don't believe that, because you can be created to do multiple things, but your true core is the same being. It's the same thing. Okay. You know, I believe, so I think everything is spiritual, for one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
So hence why I say calling you is an action for me, because I'm formulating, you know, this I guess this belief of an idea.
Yeah.
You know, I'm throwing away the trash. If you tell me, well, no, okay, that's a problem. Okay, so what if we do this? Yeah, we could. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm formulating an idea, and then I go and then take. So of course my action is not complete because I'm still formulating.
But how many people call people to formulate the ideas though? Like most people call somebody like, "Hey man, I just had this $1 million idea. Hey man, we about to run it up."
Nah, that's
I'm
not.
telling you, that's how most conversations go.
Yeah. Okay, from
I'm
that.
speaking from experience.
From that. Then you got to think about this too. They are covering up their lack of self-confidence. Do they really want to hear your opinion? I know if I call you, I know you're gonna give me the straight truth, right? Hey, you straightforward. Good. I need that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking for nobody to like butter me up, you know, like, so I need, so I guess this is a difference.
I think you're an anomaly.
No, man.
I think you don't realize it.
Oh man.
You develop yourself to the point now where you're not that person.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, from what I see,
right,
a lot of people
do that.
I don't know if it's 98%. I don't know if it's that high.
Hey, sounds like it could be.
But, you know, Napoleon Hill jokes like, you know, I'm not sure what the exact number, but it's somewhere between 98 and 100. Like, for real, like, it's just like, like, it's just, everybody has this $1 million idea or this, hey man, we can get some racks off of this. So everybody want to run a play. Right. Let's run this play.
Real quick.
Right.
Yeah. All you got to do.
All you got to do is, you know, and like, just how many people that's their thought process. But even that, they never run the play.
Okay. I see where you're coming from. Okay. I see where you're coming from now. All right. So, because I know people like that. They just want they want to hear you say, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see
they get that confirmation from, dang, man, you know, that do make sense. We should sell some socks. You know, like,
I'm telling you,
it do be cold in winter, you know?
All we got to do. Okay. So let's dig deep.
All right.
Do they really want somebody's opinion? Are they coming to you? I don't think they'll come to you. Would they come to you?
I get calls.
You do?
I get calls.
Okay.
But the people that call me know I'm gonna dig right into my restorative trait.
Okay. Yeah.
And be like, okay, so what's the action plan?
Yeah.
Like you gotta, like, if you call me and tell me that, okay, what, like, for example, right, I was talking to my brother the other night, and he was saying he want to start a podcast or whatever, right?
Right.
And I was like, yeah, you should do it. And he was like, yeah, I got my microphone. I got okay, cool. When you gonna record?
Right.
I mean, you know, yeah, I think I'm gonna do it tonight. Okay, cool. Yeah, do it tonight. Call me after you do it. Like, it's not like you're not gonna be able to, like, if you come to me with something,
right,
you're not gonna be able to like weasel your way out of it. Like, it's gotta happen.
Right.
Like, you told me about it, so it gotta happen.
So what happened? Yeah.
You know,
it got to. So, do you think that it's layers before they make a decision to take that action?
Yeah, I do. I mean, again, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I think a lot of the things you were saying about you got to consult with somebody first. You got to weigh all the options, the good, the bad,
right?
You know, positive, the negative, to whatever it is, right? I do think that's true.
Right.
You do have to do that, but that's not an action item, in my opinion. It's a consulting item, or that's not taking action. Like, actually, I guess it's a part of the process.
Yeah. It's a part of an action plan, man. Come on,
it's a part of the action plan.
Yeah, action plan.
But it's not the action.
Okay, so it's not the manifestation part of the action. Okay,
right,
cool. Because my brother came to me a few months ago, man, and it was a proud moment. He was like, "Bro, I got this idea about a podcast." You know, he asked me what the mic costs, what all I need, you know, and I'm giving him the information, and he said, "This is what I want to call it. It's gonna be with Dad." And like a month and a half later, man, I see it popped up on my IG, man. It was a proud moment, man. I was like,
that's action right there.
Wait, I just hit all them buttons. But what y'all get what I was trying to y'all get where I was going, man. So I think the conversation will be different, right? Man, I got this idea to do a podcast. It's gonna be fire, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like he's hyping you up. Right. He's trying to hype himself up.
Right.
Versus saying, bro, what do you think about this idea? I want to do this podcast, but I want to talk about this. But I only have the money for this. So what do I need to buy? Or what can I use? You know, like I believe the questions will be a little bit different and specific, you know, because a lot of people just come and try to gas themselves up, but they think they're gassing you up, but they're really just gassing them up. So, yeah, man. But I think we felt like, did we go off topic somewhere?
I don't know. I mean, we gonna roll through this
because we was talking about purpose.
Yeah, we're gonna stay on it.
Yeah.
And I just, don't confuse lack of purpose with lack of action though as well. Like, because sometimes, man, like you may be in a point in your life right now where it's so much. Everybody doesn't start equally. Like, you ever played the game of well, I don't know if you ever seen it, but maybe before. Oh, you know what? You watch Power.
Yeah.
Do you remember the episode where they were in the classroom, and there's an episode where they're in the classroom and the teacher kind of has everybody line up in the same level.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And then she's like, take a step forward if you have this in your situation.
Yeah, you had trust fund and all that.
Take a step back.
Yeah.
If this was your situation, if you're a single mom, you come from a single parent household. Right. Take a step forward and then by the end of the game, you got all these people that are in different places, but that started out on the same thing. Right. But all the questions that she asked had nothing to do with their own actions. It was about the way that they were brought up,
where they came from.
Their family, pretty much their family dynamic. Right. Nothing that they had no type of bearing on at all. Right. So sometimes, like, you can feel like you're not in your purpose because you're not where you want to be in life. Right. But that doesn't mean that you're on the wrong path. I guess if that makes sense.
It might be a part of your purpose.
Yeah.
Because, see, that's where I want to go with it. Like, when we talk about purpose, when people say, man, what is my purpose? I want to talk about the state of mind that produced that question. That's what I want to talk about. Like, Eckhart Tolle, an author of this book called A New Earth, what I was reading. And he was saying, I guess he was talking to a student or somebody. And the student like, what is my purpose? And Eckhart Tolle was like, well, your purpose is to sit here and talk to me right now. And he was like, no, that's not what I meant. Like, what is my purpose? Because I work this job and I don't want to be doing this forever. He said, well, your purpose now is to talk to me. But when you go and do your job, then your purpose is to do the job. And he was like, I don't want to be doing that forever. And he said, who says you'll be doing that forever? You know? But so what Eckhart Tolle was telling him is to remain present. Yeah. In the present moment. Because when you think about purpose in the future, then it's really not purpose. It's not purpose. Because you're thinking about it.
Is that true though?
I believe it's true.
If you're thinking about it in the future, that means it's not your purpose.
Yeah. Because your purpose is not about you. You're thinking about what can I do in the future. It's not about what you can do in the future. It's about your purpose is based upon who you can help. And
I agree.
You see what I'm saying?
I agree. So
it's not a mind thing. It's a mind and a heart thing.
But okay, so like Proverbs 18:22. A good man leaves. I could be wrong on that scripture, by the way, but a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. Yeah. So knowing that, like that's my first purpose. That's how I start. Like that's what kind of brought me. Like I'm doing everything I can to make sure that my grandkids are good. Okay. Like that was my first purpose that I can remember.
Okay. How's that working out for you mentally?
I'm well past that now.
What was that?
What you mean?
Mentally.
What you mean? Hold on. What you mean?
How's that working out for you mentally?
Like that purpose?
Well, yeah, just thinking that far out.
Yeah, I'm well past it.
What you mean?
Like, it's already done. Like my grandkids gonna be good. Like, if, like I cannot make another dollar.
Mm-hmm.
If I die today, it's set up to where my grandkids will become.
Okay, so your purpose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that for you? It's for your grandkids.
My grandkids.
So it's for you to serve.
That was my first purpose.
First purpose. But is that what you're thinking every day?
Well, not actively, like subconsciously.
So, okay. So, you know, this is what you want to do, but your thought is, who do I need to become today right now to make this happen for the future?
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's the process of what Vo said, being.
Yeah.
You know, that's a present tense word. And I think that going back to Matthew 6:30, is it 6:33 around it? Think not about tomorrow, for tomorrow have his worries of his own. Like I think that sometimes when we say, man, what is my purpose? We're coming from a state of anxiety because we're thinking about what I should be doing tomorrow versus how can I get better at what I'm doing now?
Yeah.
Because what I'm doing now, and see, here's where faith comes in. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What I'm doing now is not based upon it. What I'm doing now is contributing to what I will be doing in the future.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't necessarily mean that I'll be doing the same thing. But if all you see that you will be doing the same thing, even if you're afraid of that you might be doing the same thing, you'll be doing the same thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah. As much confusing as it could have sounded, it made perfect sense.
Okay, y'all might have to run that back, but
dang. So
like, yeah, and okay, my testimony. Last year, was this 2020? Yeah, 2022, man, I was going through like crazy anxiety, man, because my wife was pregnant and we was looking for a place to stay, you know, and it just wasn't coming together. Mm-hmm. Then she didn't have complications, but she didn't have an easy pregnancy. So, you know, I was doing my freelance thing with media, like we're doing video production. Yeah. So I'm going to the doctor with her, so I had to give up some gigs, couldn't make the money that I wanted to make and stuff like that. And I keep thinking like, man, like I want my kid to be set. Like I'm thinking like, and I'm going through, we ain't got no house. Like we need a house. So I'm thinking way out in the future. And it caused like this big anxiety type deal. Yeah. And it affected me deeply. And I think one day I was just reading scripture and I keep hearing worry not about tomorrow. And I was like, man, but I have to, like, I gotta make it happen. Worry not about tomorrow. Then I'm like, but what am I gonna do tomorrow? Worry not about tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like it kept coming. And then I realized I had a bigger problem. I didn't have faith. Because what I'm telling myself is that tomorrow is not going to happen. Yeah. You know what I mean? Versus living out today in this moment. So I began to practice. Now, I can't say I do this daily, but I began to practice a routine of praying and meditating. Meditating for one. Big Mike said this. Shout out Big Mike. He always give me the bars. Yeah. He said, when you pray, that's your time to talk. But when you meditate, that's your time to listen. You know what I mean? So when I meditate.
Dang, he said in that episode?
Nah, we was on.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, I'm like, dang, I missed that one. Dang.
That's a Patreon. That's a Patreon. Yeah, I got to get that. But because when I'm meditating, it brings me back to my present. The only time I can really hear God is in the present. The Bible says a small, still voice. Stillness is not in the future nor in the past. Right. It is right here in the present moment. So me being present, it eliminated a lot of the anxiety. Sometimes I slip off and I go back into it and I'm like, oh no, come back. Then I might think about it and I'll come back, you know, meditate, pray. Yeah. But it reminds me first and foremost of who I am, which is a child of God. You know, I'm a son of God.
Yeah.
And it reminds me that he cared for me. And he also reminds me that my purpose is connected to his intentions for my life.
Yeah.
And if you know Bible, if you know who he is as a father, as a God, then you know that his intentions is all love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I had to dive deep into that, you know, and that right there sparked something in me to want to get other people to feel this, you know, what I'm feeling now, you know, this vibe that I'm getting from him, and, you know, just knowing that you can be all things, you know, it just sparked something in me, man. It's different. You know what I mean? So I think it kind of helped me even with my purpose. Mm-hmm. That makes sense?
Yeah.
I just gave a long testimony.
No, that's good. That's good. Cause like, I wonder how many of us like have to have that realization that maybe I don't have faith as I like.
Man,
like I'm listening to you talk, and I'm like, I ain't there yet. Like, I don't know if I'm there yet to where I can like just feel comfortable just being.
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Like I'm always thinking about the future,
right.
But like that, but it does make you think like, dang, like, do I really trust God though?
Man, oh, I got something even deeper.
All right, what you got?
Here you go. Here you go. Because I got control issues, and I know it. Look, I know this, bro. So trying to think about the future, right, is a sense of I have control over this, which we don't.
Right.
You know, we actually don't have control. But we like to think so. It brings comfort to us.
Yeah, for sure.
But just being still, then you're resting in him. You're resting in him. And you have to understand who he is. Jesus said, I came that you might have life and that more abundantly. Mm-hmm. God is abundance. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And this is the God of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So if you rest in that, bro, you covered.
Yeah.
You know, financially, that's how I feel. Yeah. You know, this is the faith that is producing within me. And again, it's a practice.
But it works out though. Like it always works out.
Yeah, it always do. It always do.
It always works out.
It always do. So it works. This is the faith that's producing in me every day. Like, okay. And it's, bruh. Like I have so many testimonies just on a minor scale. Like, but anyway, man, we can talk about that all day.
Well, this is a podcast, so we literally have all day to talk about this.
Yeah.
Nah, but so it made me think about the this movie called Yes Man with Jim Carrey.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't remember the concept of the movie, like what led him up to where he made this decision, but pretty much the movie is like whatever happens.
Right.
If somebody asks him a question, he has to say yes to. Mm-hmm. And it kind of takes him through this like journey of all these kind of, I don't know, I guess crazy things in a sense of going on. But I mean, I wonder how many of us in our life just like, if somebody just approaches us with an opportunity, we just need to say yes. Like or somebody come, just say yes.
That makes sense.
Just choose to be.
Right. Yeah. In the moment.
Just be like, yeah.
So,
let's figure it out. We'll figure it out.
That's a revelation. You said just be in the moment. Wow.
Just say yes.
You gotta let that sit, man. Hold on. Hey, man, he said just be. That makes sense because sometimes we do get, going back to your point, we do get caught in our self-doubt and lack of confidence. Yeah. Like if somebody asks you something, hey, I want you to be the executive something or of something, you know, knowing good and well, you may feel like you don't qualify. Yeah. But at the same time, God has been preparing you for this moment, but you just said no.
Yeah. And that brings me to something that made me think about now. Just like, I remember somebody approached me about being on some type of board for volunteerism. Right. And I ain't saying I definitely wanted to do it, but my initial answer wasn't like, absolutely, yes, let's do it. But like where I am in my life now, I'm like, dang, I wish I would have just did it.
Right.
Because like now I'm trying to circle back around to it.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, I got all these other things that I'm trying to figure out too. So I just never, like I almost never get there. But had I said yes and just go ahead and be on the board,
right.
like I would have been, like it would have been already designed in my day,
man,
or in my structure, my month or whatever it is. I don't know how many times they meet, but it had already been structured to where I have, being able to volunteer more.
Right. That's interesting, man. I had plenty of moments like that in my life. Since you said that, I'm trying to think of one. Like where I'm pretty sure I had opportunities come and just because of my lack of self-doubt, man, and my lack of self-confidence.
Yeah.
I didn't take that opportunity. So yeah. Seems like we're talking about the lack of self-confidence.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah. That's part of purpose though, right?
I think so.
Well, yeah, because I know it's self-confidence. Let me relate back to self-confidence because I know we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, but I read something about self-confidence.
Yeah.
And the pride of life. Come to find out, pride in Greek means self-confidence. I'm kind of iffy about that. I don't know, man. Anyway, we'll go back. We'll go back to that.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go back to that.
You know what the biggest enemy of purpose is?
What's that?
Indifference.
What you mean?
Like sometimes like you should just be going and doing something, just being in the moment, but you're unsure about what the next moment is. So you're like, we could do it if maybe. Versus being like super intentional and being like, yeah, let's do it. Like you're indifferent about it, or it's just like you're, if we do it, great. If we don't do it, great. Like you gotta be on one side.
Yes. You finished?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
I felt
I'm not gonna get in the way of what you about to say. I feel like it's about to be. You know what I'm saying?
I felt like I was
one of the moments.
Nah, because that is exactly what purpose is, though. You said indifference. Like, I think that's a control thing, right?
Yeah.
You trying to what they call a resistance.
Yeah.
You pushing back versus letting it be. Because if you dive into that process, imagine what that process is going to make you, and imagine what that process is going to prepare you for in the future.
Yeah.
That you're so caught up into controlling. You know what I mean? You saying God, you telling God no, but he telling you, yeah, you need this.
Yeah.
You need this process for what I'm about to line up for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it.
You see what I'm saying? But you telling him no because I want this. But he's like, yeah, I know you want this, so you need this process.
Right. But that's a secret though, right? Like that's a secret because purpose has a spiritual backing.
Yeah.
Like it's not just again, think about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
God created all these things.
Right.
And I don't know, maybe it's a little narcissist, I guess, to think about it this way, but like it is what it is, I guess.
How you gonna say God and then say narcissist?
I mean, you can look at it that way, right? I mean, but it's like he created all these things, but he created it for you.
Yeah, right.
Like, that's a little narcissistic, like God did everything for me.
Right.
All this for me. I don't know. Maybe am I tripping or? I mean,
it depends on the context. I think.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I would agree. I would agree. I mean, we could take that all kind of ways, but
yeah, you can take it all. I mean, but the gift from God is that He's giving you the power to take possession in your own mind.
Right. That's true.
Like, and direct it towards what you wish to have. That's the gift.
Bars.
You really have the opportunity to do whatever you want to do.
Right.
But how many of us just are indifferent about what we want to do?
That makes sense. Man, even if you think about the poverty mindset, like coming from a place of, I don't want to say the hood, because everybody ain't the same in the hood, man. But the poverty mindset. Have you ever went somewhere And, you know, there was like a food giveaway in the neighborhood, and all you hear is, why we gotta get this type of meat? Why we can't get that? Or why these cans look like that? Why they all dent? Or why we gotta get corn? They ain't got no green beans. You know what I mean? They been indifferent. Yeah. But yeah, it's still a need. You see what I'm saying?
Kids, man. Sound like my kids.
Man, see, purpose, man. That the power of gratitude too, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to be grateful.
Like, I think, see, that's what it's about. Just being grateful for this moment. Like, I'm living this moment right now. We potting, man. We get to talk out, you know, we get to talk our junk right now, man. Like, I'm thankful, man. We got a studio. Shout out to APAP Media Group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we get to do our thing. I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
Versus saying, man, why them mics looking like that? Why this room looking like that? You know what I mean?
Your mic got a button on it.
Yeah, your mic. Well, why my mic? Hey, that's what it was, man. I've been trying to figure Mike got a shower cap. Wow.
Oh, boy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, damn.
Anyway. Yeah. Power of gratitude, man.
Yeah. A couple other things I got on this.
Mm-hmm.
Can just kind of looking at your Clifton strengths, right?
Okay.
And I talked about my restorative trait.
Okay.
You have the choice to think positive on a situation or think negative on it.
Oh, interesting.
And again, it's how you view it.
Right.
Because like you're intellectual, right? That's one of yours, right?
That's my top one.
Your top one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then ideation.
What ideation mean again?
A lot of ideas. That's
okay. Ideation.
When you start off with, how many ideas you have? I'm like, you talking to me? That's just
play right into your string, right?
Yeah.
But that's a good point, though,
right?
Because that kind of brings my point, right? Because some people can view it as a negative, like, man, like you have all these ideas and how many of them do you act on, or how many do you whatever, or what do you do with these ideas, or why you always thinking, like, whatever it is, right?
Right.
Or you can look at it as positive that, oh, I'm so in tune with myself that I'm always birthing new things.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's a choice that you choose to look at it. Like it's your strength.
Yeah.
But some people could look at it as a weakness.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
You know what I'm
saying? Yeah.
So you choose to think positive about what you got going on.
Right.
Which is great. We all should do that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like we all should
right.
Take that, whatever just think about the thing that annoys the person that's closest to you.
Right.
What do you do that annoys them the most? Just think about that. My doobies out there, just think about the thing that, like, your best friend, they can't stand you for. Hey, girl, I love you, but you do this.
Right.
Hey, you my dog, but hey, man, like, I need you to do better with this.
Man.
But that's your strength.
Right, yeah.
Like, you're good at it.
Right.
It just, maybe you're not using it the right way.
Yeah. Or you're too comfortable. That's your comfort. That's your comfort. Yeah.
So, like, it's okay. It's okay that, you know, you may not just be you might not be using it in the right context, the right space, but don't shy away from that because it's your strength.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying that some people or people close to you could be telling you that something that you was called to do, something that you're comfortable operating in, something that you're familiar with is a weakness because they don't like it.
Yeah. You're not in the right crowd.
Right.
And that's why you have to have a clear vision of what you want to do. You have to be super intentional about, like, where you want to go, because it will put you in the room of where you need to be, or around the people that who's going to appreciate that strength that you have that's looked at as a weakness right now.
Can I do this real quick? I want to spit bars, boy. Hold on, man. Hold on. I got to go back, though. So you're telling me that with not most people, Some people out there, some doobies out there, may be operating in their strengths, but have been told that it's their weakness their entire life.
Yep. Ain't that crazy? That's crazy, right? Like,
dang,
that's crazy. Your environment, yo. Like, your environment. And you ain't gotta. And man, it's man. Don't feel like you gotta just go out and like and change the people that you're around today.
Wow.
And like make this big commotion. Oh man, you know what? Like, dang, you know what? Tone and Henry, they right, man. Like, my people don't appreciate me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling everybody off. Right?
I'm
like
cutting them out.
You know, cutting them off, right? You ain't got to do that. Don't do that. You know, be smart about it, right? Don't do that. But like, but just be intentional about, okay, well, hey, how can this be a positive?
Right.
And start to do things, have ideas.
Yeah.
We'll put them in action.
Yeah.
To do things like get you in the right room.
Right.
You know?
Right. That's, bro, I gotta let that sit, man.
But here's the other piece of it.
Go ahead.
You gotta be excited about it.
Man.
Like you can't
You can't. Go ahead, bro. Don't lose it.
You gotta be excited.
Right.
You can't, you know, notice your strength and then like casually come into it.
Right.
Force yourself, even if it's manufactured.
Yeah.
Force your excitement around what you're naturally talented at. Force the excitement. It sounds crazy. I know. I get it. It sounds fake.
I'm excited. So excited.
What does that look like? You know, it don't mean that you know, whatever, but it don't mean you got to do that, I guess. But like internally, you got to have that right energy. Cause again, it's spiritual. Spiritual is energy.
Right.
Some people don't look at, some people definition, my opinion, right? Mm-hmm. Another word for energy is spirit.
Yeah, it is.
In my opinion.
It is.
Okay, so the Reverend said it, so it's fact.
Oh,
like,
Jesus.
So,
Lord.
Look at it. He's called on him, right? But yeah, so your spirit got to be right. Your energy got to be right in order for it to manifest the way that you wanted it to manifest.
That's true. I think too, like once you begin to look at your strength, I can only speak from my experience. Because I think 2016 is when I began to understand like who I was or who I am. Like those things began to unfold, and the more excited I began to get about what's in me, the more confirmation outside, you know, I began to get, you know, because I began to look more into depth into who I am in God and how he see me, you know. The more I start to, I can do that. I can do this. You see what I'm saying? Like the excitement just builds, man. Like that make a lot of sense. Yeah.
Lyric of the week.
Hey, we need a drop for that, man.
We do. Tobin the Wigway.
Let's go.
Shout out to him, man. You know that boy, you know, so he started out just doing a song a week. Almost like his podcast a week, drop an episode a week.
Right.
Now he in movies, you know what I'm saying? And just, you know, you gotta, you know, so shout out to him.
A shout out, man. Big shout out.
Lyric of the week is my only goal while on this globe is not to let my soul corrode.
Oh, let's talk about that.
Tobin the Wigway.
Let's talk about that. What are your thoughts on that?
The reality of it is, again, purpose.
Purpose. Okay.
Like, why would God create you for you not to make an impact on somebody else's life?
Makes sense.
Like, it doesn't, like, think about it. He created all these things for you. But that essence, that in itself is understanding that, you got to do what he did, right? He created these things for you. Now it's your time to create these things for somebody else.
Man.
So if you're selfish and you're only thinking about yourself and how it's going to impact you, You letting your soul corrode.
Oh, let the church say amen.
Don't die full. Like, don't die full, man. Like,
Bars.
leave it out. Like we say playing football, right? Leave it all on the field.
Leave it out. Yeah, I remember that.
Leave it all on the field.
I remember
in between the lines.
I remember that.
In between the whistle, whatever. Like,
right.
You have to, I'm telling you guys, like what's in you, man, like, get it out. Like, die empty.
Man.
Your only goal while on this globe is to not let your soul corrode.
Look at that boy dropping balls over here, man. Golly, man. All right, man. All right, yeah. I don't even think I need to get into that, man. I think you said it all, bro. Like, everything that I thought I was gonna say, you said it.
So we're gonna leave him with this. We're gonna leave him with this.
Go ahead.
Because I'm a actions type of guy.
Okay.
You know, my executing is my top thing, right? You got, I think, executing, relationship building.
That makes sense.
I'm an executor.
So your first thing is to do something. Yeah. My first thing, intellection. So I have to share these ideas to. Okay, go ahead.
So I'm gonna give you some actions.
Hold on, maybe I shouldn't call you then. Maybe I should call another intellection, then call you. Man, I need to call another intellection, and then we'll call you together. But go ahead, man.
Three-way calls.
Go ahead.
Remember the three-way calls in edification. All right,
go ahead.
Purpose, plan, action. Purpose, plan, action. Right. Step one. What's your goal or purpose? Got to figure that out. Number one, what's your goal or purpose? Again, your purpose may change.
Oh yeah.
It's the continual development of becoming.
Right.
And my first purpose was, I want to create a legacy for my grandkids, because that's what I saw my granddad did.
Right.
Or I felt like it could have been a little bit better in a sense, like whatever. Right. But he left a legacy of like how to act, how to treat people. Right. Like that was his legacy. But I wanted to leave like a financial legacy. Like, yeah, I'm gonna teach you how to treat people too, but I want to leave some money in your pocket, in my grandkids' pocket. Right. But then once it's crazy, right? Because once you hit, you do it, and then it's like, okay, well, dang, like
it's dead.
Yeah, like it's what do I do?
That's gonna have to be the next podcast. That's the revelation I got. Okay. But that's gonna be the next podcast, though. But go ahead.
You gonna tell us, or we gotta wait
y'all gotta wait. Y'all gotta wait.
Oh, okay.
You gotta wait.
Well, at least I get to see it. So
yeah.
I get to find out. But yeah, so that was my first purpose, and now, you know, I'm thinking much bigger. Right. Like impacting thousands of people. I haven't put a number on it yet, but thousands of people that I personally touch, that I can say that points the finger towards me, like, man, this guy's the reason why. Right. Not only did I give my life over to Christ, but I want to go and change the world as well. Bars. You know, Tupac said it, right? I might not be the person to change the world, but I remember that. Something that sparked whatever, right? The person that, he said that in an interview, right? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. So like, and that's why that's how I look at it, right? Like I heard that. That's how I look at it. Is like, again, it's like, because I used to have this big thing too, like, right, man, I want to change the world. Like, I want to change the world. And then you get, but that's a goal that big or something that complex, because it's really complex when you think about it, right? It sounds simple, but it's really complex. Yeah, definitely. And it can almost defeat you because it's I don't know, it's a lot goes into it. Right. But then when I understood that, no, I just need to change one person's world. Right. And then they change. It's almost, again, it's the concept of network marketing. Right. Like, that's why I'm with the company that I'm with right now, like what I work with. Right. Because like, I can't get to my next level unless I help them get to their next level. Makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, right. That's how I just feel like, that's why I feel like that's how you change the world, is you change one person and then they got to pay it forward. They go change another person and it just continues the lineage.
That's see. That's dope, man.
Step 2.
Plan.
Mm-hmm. What are you going to give up? So once you figure out what you're going to do, again, the person that you are has gotten you to this point, but it's not going to get you to your next level.
No. I have something to say about that, but I have to formulate that first. Go ahead.
So what's your plan?
So initially, my plan, I'll get into mine later. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. Because I got to start with my purpose, and then.
So you want to wait till I get to the end?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like it. I like it.
So plan. Go ahead.
That's a C. He's such a C. He's process oriented. He can't start in the middle. He want to start at the beginning. I like it. I'm the same way. So
go ahead.
But yeah, what are you going to give up? Right? What's your plan? What are you going to give up? And then step 3, your gratitude statement.
Hey.
It's literally that simple, right? Because again, purpose is spiritual.
Right, it is.
If you don't have a gratitude statement, that's your action step.
Right.
To create your gratitude statement.
Right.
I am so happy and grateful now.
Amen.
That I am positively impacting the lives of 10,000 people.
Hey.
Like you have to have that gratitude statement, and that's gonna help you.
Right.
Be.
Right.
So you don't like, what am I doing today? What am I doing now?
Right.
To impact people. That's what this right here.
Right.
The whole podcast, it's a part of my purpose.
It's the how. Yeah. One of the hows.
It'll come. Yeah. Like what? Yeah. Like it'll come.
Right.
But you got to be like Jim Carrey. You just got to say yes. Yes. It'll come.
You got to say yes.
So that's it. Purpose, plan, action.
Gratitude. Wait, hold on. You said gratitude?
Your gratitude statement.
Okay.
Because you have to be continuously be in a spirit of gratitude.
That's true. Yeah.
Because you're gonna if you're gonna miss it.
Right.
Because you're gonna be so focused on what you don't have.
Okay, so purpose, plan, action.
Purpose, plan, action.
Then gratitude.
What's your purpose?
Okay, what's your purpose?
That's number 1.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna give up?
Mm-hmm.
That's your plan.
Okay.
Your gratitude statement. That's your action.
Okay.
It sounds simple. Like there's no way that you can get to where you want to go just by having a simple statement.
No.
But I promise you.
No. So purpose, plan, action. Okay. So would you say, okay, my purpose, I'm gonna go into mine. My purpose is to live in abundance. To live in the abundance.
What does that mean?
Everything. Okay. What's incorporated in the abundance? There's no means to an end in the abundance.
Yeah.
Community, family, financially, spiritually, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But in order to do that, I have to be connected to the abundance. When we talk about purpose, what is my purpose? Is to be connected to the abundance. Mm-hmm. And that, like we say, purpose is spiritual, right? So what is my purpose? To be connected to the abundance. Okay, what is my plan in action? Am I having abundance in my mental health? Nah. So what do I need to get rid of? Am I having an abundance in my family? Nah. Okay, so what do I need to get rid of? Do I have an abundance in my spiritual life? Like, am I getting enough word? Okay, what do I need to cut out? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then action. Bars. So deep, man. I was just stop. Let me stop. But yeah, so pretty much my purpose is spiritual. Yeah. You know, it's always spiritual, you know, because I believe that finance is spiritual. I believe that family is spiritual. I believe that community is spiritual. Yeah. Because we're dealing with the minds and hearts of people. Yeah. And just relationship. I'm working on the friendship type thing. I'm working on being more social, you know. It's a little tough. It's a little hard, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you know, as you guys may have heard from the last podcast, I am a recovering addict of entrepreneurship. Brentia called it. She called it her choice of. She said her choice of cocaine entrepreneurship. I said I feel you, but just being well rounded and just having the abundance in those areas, but it's going to cause God to stretch me in a way. So I'm gonna have to be tight knit with the Lord, in order to be stretched and because I know challenge is gonna come according to what I want in life. So He's gonna have to stretch me. Okay, what revelation am I getting, Lord? What am I not doing? What am I doing? What do you want me to do? Oh, sit and rest. Oh, okay, cool. You see what I'm saying? So that would be like my plan of action, and just being intentional with what He wants for my life and being intentional with what He want me to share, to who He want me to share. And you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just those type of things. So
what's your gratitude statement?
My gratitude statement, man, is just to be here in the present moment with Him.
So I'm so happy and grateful now
that I'm with you now, that I'm able to grow so that I can touch all the people you would like me to touch in the abundance. In the abundance.
Look at that.
You know what I mean?
Look at that.
I can't say 10,000. I learned something about
numbers.
No, I learned some. Man, we got to talk about this on the next podcast, man. Because I learned something. I'm gonna leave him with this though. I learned that the reward is not actually the reward.
Okay.
The reward is the desire of the reward.
Oh, it's the chase.
Because the desire produces hope. The Bible said, where hope is deferred, the heart grows sick. We need desires in our lives. Because what you say, I hit that goal. Now it's like,
what I do?
You know what I mean? Like, what's next? So it wasn't the reward. Yeah, you was probably happy, but the thrill of working towards that goal and being produced and being molded to do that is more of what is the reward than the reward itself. Because now you're different from the person who didn't have the money to take care of his grandkids, which he don't have right now. Anyway, we can get into that on the next podcast, man. Anyway.
You're right. I think you're right. I agree. I
Actually, I read in scripture, man. It's so heavy. But go ahead. Yeah. We'll talk.
I'm excited to get into it.
We'll talk about it.
Let's go ahead and end this. So
yeah, we are an hour and some change in. You guys be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell. Hit the bell, man. Let's get this information out of here, man. Y'all follow, y'all download this, man. Because we work really hard to get this out. Y'all don't understand what we do every week. All the strategizing and all the purpose and planning and action. Yeah, like I did that.
Yeah, look at that. Hey.
Y'all go ahead and get this information.
More professional now.
Man, what? Anything else, brother?
Nah, good.
All right. Keep the head up because you concerned about them. Stick and move, we can get it done. Call it unity, it ain't no way around it. Cultivating, we get motivation from the big guy. We don't play about them. Going hard for the game, showing love, on tolerate.